Hello, and welcome to Money Mystery No More. Let's talk about how financial literacy leads you to being rich. Did you do a double take? Grown due to financial literacy, but also smile because you can be rich? Does your gut tell you there's a little bit of learning about to happen? Surely, the idea of making a whole lot more money can be worth it, right? At least you know that financial literacy can and will help you deal with your money more effectively and point you in the right direction. You will gladly gravitate towards books, videos, mentoring, and some good old-fashioned schooling if necessary, especially when you realize that it's totally possible for you to be rich by learning about money and applying what you learn. To really benefit and get the most out of this video, listen for 21 habits involving financial literacy to help you become more familiar with what it takes to be rich and ultimately attain financial freedom by keeping it simple. It's awesome. And remember, hit that subscription button to keep getting the latest and greatest information. Okay, let's remove the mystery. People generally let the thought of success and being wealthy or rich overwhelm them, or they feel it is elusive, not in their cards. Maybe you are in that group. When you hear that you can be rich, perhaps you shrug and think, yeah, sure. Well, great news. Getting on the path of financial literacy, starting to understand what it means and what it takes to make money, a lot of money if you want, takes a decision from you to do something different. Luck alone is not a sure bet, and you know it's really not a good bet. You will be rewarded countless benefits besides more money by gaining some basic foundational skills related to money and learning many concepts that can lead you to being rich. While your credit score is important, a fair and basic understanding of debt, budgeting, saving, and investing is the first step in your path of financial literacy. Those 4 topics are commonly understood as and called the 4 pillars of financial literacy. Also, your credit score will likely naturally fix itself if the 4 pillars are being observed. Regardless, the key to building wealth for you to be rich is getting real comfortable and real familiar with the 4 pillars and how to leverage them appropriately through your life. You do this by reading lots of printed material, that is, books, pamphlets, and magazines, listening to all kinds of audio content such as YouTube and podcasts, signing up for some of the mountains of financial newsletters, or even being bold enough to chat with some financial pros, though it is recommended you wait until you have a fair grasp of some of the basics. At its most basic function, financial literacy will certainly help you manage your money responsibly, safely navigate debt, and be much more educated about your current and future financial choices, obligations, and rewards. Most people benefit from financial literacy with an increased sense of financial independence, reduced stress, and an overall general well-being financially. As its greatest gift to you, with some focus and work, financial literacy may ultimately lead you to wealth and being rich, whatever that truly means to you personally. Now that we mention it, the meaning of being wealthy versus being rich are sort of commingled. They tend to have different meanings depending on who you ask. Most people sort of think of them as the same thing because the line is not quite so clear. They are very similar. There is no doubt as to why the line is a little ambiguous. It's because plain numbers on their own don't give the whole story. There is one side of experts that think if you don't have much debt while also having enough income to do what you want, then you're wealthy. But are you rich? What if you throw financial freedom into the equation? Wealth is typically equated with financial freedom by the majority of personal finance experts. What if you have little or no debt? Are you rich? Wealth is also referred to as net worth, and it is defined as total assets minus total liabilities. Assets are resources with economic value. These assets may include retirement accounts like stocks, bonds, 401k, IRAs, and other types of savings accounts. It would also include property. Liabilities, or debt, is taken away from your assets. This too could be property, but it is related to a mortgage. It also includes various types of loans like personal, student, and auto loans. So you may in fact be rich because your net worth is high while your actual income is not. Maybe you had attained all that wealth by some influx of money. Or you worked many years, receiving a lot of money and accumulated lots of assets but have little debt. You can start to see where some of the wealth versus rich lines start to blur. In actuality, you being wealthy relies on a mix of your assets and liabilities. This means you know what monies are coming in and what monies are going out through responsible financial literacy and behavior. You address the 4 pillars appropriately as you learn more about debt, budgeting, saving, and investing. Maybe you know people that have a lot of money but don't really have much financial comfort due to overspending. They are not wealthy or rich. In most cases, they are living beyond their means and in a deep boat of debt. Keeping that in mind, Do a little search for the various definitions of rich, and you'll get a variety of answers, of course, but all with fairly basic similarities, such as having a great deal of money or assets, wealthy, having abundant possessions and especially material wealth, or having high value or quality. Honestly, those are broad definitions that seem to reduce the word rich, significance, or effort. Maybe another approach is to look at things such as how much is in your bank account? How are you building on retirement? Are you in the top rich tax bracket of 37%? Do you have a diverse portfolio of investments? From 1993 to 2015, there was a study of people that were at least 50 years old. This 22-year study covered the Norwegian population with some key takeaways put forth by Sergio Salgado, a Wharton finance professor, and others, such as they summarized the super rich groups into old money or new money. Old money are those with parents that are rich, while new money are those who have higher rates of returns and savings rates that bring them to the top. Old money households seem to have the 3 higher saving rates, initial wealth and returns, in that order. New money households worked harder to catch up. By age 50, their wealth demonstrated in order was higher savings rates, returns, and then labor income. By the way, new money households made up a quarter of the wealthiest households. The conclusion, overly simplified, was that anyone can take their money, whether it was from old money or new money, and leverage it into some other tool to make even more money. That study may challenge standard thinking of rich people as related to those who did not inherit their wealth, but both did have higher rates of returns and high saving rates. It seems that both groups had financial literacy, knowingly or not, with the 4 pillars of debt, budgeting, saving, and investing involved. Quick translation: if you want to be rich, you need to embrace financial literacy. Fortunately, there is a big universe of information. As previously discussed, the key to building wealth for you to be rich is getting real comfortable and real familiar with the 4 pillars and how to leverage them appropriately through your life, which also includes reading lots of printed material, listening to all kinds of audio content, signing up for newsletters, and speak with some financial pros. Some well-respected reading material to think about would include Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, If You Can, How Millennials Can Get Rich Slowly. That is a free 15-page online PDF by William Bernstein, or the book The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, or Money, Master the Game, 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom. That one's by Tony Robbins. And finally, I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Heck, you can even rely on financial institutions to up your game. Some banks and credit unions offer free financial material such as courses, money planners, and even online interest calculators to help you understand different impacts of down payments, interest, and borrowed amounts over time. Bank of America even has Better Money Habits, a program that provides engaging videos, articles, and resources on budgeting, saving, retirement planning, home ownership, and more. Keep the month of April in mind also. It's Financial Literacy Month, so take advantage of that. There will be a lot of free information floating around. For folks that are really serious about helping others become more financially educated, there are several courses and certifications to help. One organization, NASFAA, offers programs and several professional credentials depending on what you are after. Face it, the sooner you start getting a fair and basic understanding of the 4 pillars of financial literacy, the better. They all involve discipline, time, and leverage. Leverage is the key to becoming rich. Financial literacy teaches you all of this for your financial success. And there are so many simple learning options available to you. This channel, Money Mystery No More, definitely offers you material on all 4 pillars: debt, budgeting, saving, and investing. In fact, my video, Budget Money for More Cash, Easy Money, provides a lot of great insights into budgeting as a whole. For more insights into debt, savings, and investing, you could even watch my videos, Smart Money Tactics to Use Now and Correcting Your Credit Score, both to help accelerate your financial literacy, all in the pursuit to hopefully lead you to being rich. Regardless, the key to building wealth for you to be rich is getting real comfortable and real familiar with the 4 pillars. You can start slow and gradually implement 21 habits of financial literacy and behaviors to getting rich. Let's go through these 21 habits of financial literacy to help you. Read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Adhere to a budget. Set financial goals. Adjust your plans if necessary. Save for the rainy day. Learn how investments work. Talk to financial professionals. Read many financial-related books. Live within your means. Adhere to your financial goals. Make mistakes and learn from them. Review your financial position each year. Pay cash versus financing if available. Learn and live the 4 pillars. Spend your money on you first. Leverage time to work for you. Minimize your debt. Diversify your investments. Build a strong credit score. Delay taking Social Security. And finally, have fun and enjoy the ride. There is no really good reason to wait. You will gain confidence in managing your finances through continuous learning and engagement. Ultimately, you will learn about many topics which add tremendous value to your life. You will create and apply new habits and quickly realize financial literacy leads you to being rich by keeping it simple. Remember, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you keep getting the latest and greatest information from Money Mystery No More. I'll see you in the next video.